appreciate that. So contrary to Amin a couple of fights ago, Aigel coming through with a lot of straight shots through the middle. She's obviously got that check left hook, but comes through with beautiful jabs, beautiful right hands. Not so many looping shots.
Alrighty, folks, we are back and live. Apologies for that delay. We had a little classic Thai internet problem here at Illusion. But we seem to be back on deck. Aigel getting into a rhythm now. Pouring on the volume like we predicted. Oh, nice right hand there from Konachi. That seemingly put a bit of the fear of God into Aigel.
Beautiful check hook.
Yeah, just that footwork of Aigel's is just unpredictable.
She ate a right hand, back pedaled. Opponent thought she had a hurt and checked off with a beautiful left hook. Fairly competitive second round there. The Star landing a couple of big overhand rights. But I would say in general, Aigel dominating. Volume, punches in bunches, and dictating the course of the fight.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think it's 2-zip so far coming into the third round. This is a 4 2-minute round bout.
Third round underway. Aigel pouring away at the jab, trying to touch her opponent's jab and come over the top with that right hand. Swaps to southpaw momentarily, back to orthodox.
Yeah, it's just those Russian boxing fundamentals that have just been drilled into Aigel from such an early age. Just like such a clean right hand, clean jabs, pops it out. Super sharp, doesn't really have any holes in her game. Nice head movement there. Oh, big left hook there from Aigel.
Lands another follow-up 1-2. Beautiful active head movement there by Aigel. Not moving her head when she feels like she has to, moving it as part of her rhythm. Very unpredictable, hard to read.
And as we predicted, Dow, or the Star Konachi, is extremely versatile, extremely durable, I think is the operative word here. Not showing any quit in her whatsoever. I know Aigel wants the finish. I'm looking forward to interviewing her after the fight. But the Dow just like an absolute warrior. You know, you don't have a resume with 200 fights combined across multiple disciplines to walk into a fight like this and just fall over.
Absolutely, she doesn't look unfazed at all.
And again, Dow definitely also has the fitness and the conditioning. You know, you don't fight 3-4 times a month at times and not be ready for a fight like this. You know, I dare say she'd have sparring rounds in a gym back at Bataya that would probably be just as challenging. Oh, nice little pop of the jab there. Caught her clean on the button there from Aigel. Beautiful work.
Whilst moving to the left as well, so straight out.
Nice right hand there from Konachi. Konachi slowing down a little bit now, falling back into those Muay Thai foot patterns that you really don't want to see in a boxing fight like this. Oh,
1-2 down the middle.
Those jabs are just coming out. Oh, it's another one. Again, not applying too much damage, but when it comes to the scorecard, those jabs just make all the difference.
Definitely. Some serious volume being landed there by Aigel. Straight shots up the middle. Can't miss with the jab.
And we've had another technical issue. A small child has bumped our camera, who was left unattended. We are currently attending to that. Apologies, everyone. The camera will be back in shape in 2 seconds.
Big shout out to the ring girl.
Massive shout out to the ring girl. Massive shout out to this lovely Russian girl ahead of us who was part of the organizational team. Mini heart for you, Mini heart. Thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. I might speak to you later. I take it all back. She's definitely the girlfriend of the organizer from Tom's Muay Thai, so high five to them. What a couple. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with round 4 of Konachi versus Kadova.
Let's stick to boxing this time. So we have.
So this is the 4th and final round. Like I said at the start of the fight, this was going to go to a decision. It was going to be in Agel's favor. My prediction looks like it's going to come true. I think TAB was probably paying $1.50 for that prediction, so it was very favorable odds. Unfortunately, I didn't put any money down on it. It was just pure speculation for myself, not financial advice. Do not listen to me, guys. This is just, we're just here for a good time. And Agel, just doing Agel things out there, leading with the jab, pushing forward. Konachi, showing a bit of pushback, a bit of resistance. Nice little 1-2 from Konachi at the start. Loving those the black and white Adidas boots from Konachi. I also happen to wear the exact same boots. I may not have put them on in 9 months, but I do own them.
Agel opting a bit of a different style now. High guard, taking a couple of shots. We saw for the first couple of rounds she was on the back foot, landing the jab, covering over the top with the left hook. Now she's walking forwards a little bit more, swapping to southpaw.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Artem and her coaches in the corner just gave her a bit of different advice, told her to mix things up in the 4th round, because realistically she can. The chances of her getting knocked out are slim to none, so why not take this 4th and final round when she's up 3-0 to just try some new things, get creative, and throw caution to the wind.
Let's not jinx the commentator's curse, though.
No, but I think in the final 10 seconds, and we are going to go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. That is all she wrote. Agel ate a big right hand at the end of the round there, but I think that's it, folks.
What are your score predictions there?
Konachi being cornered by her brother. Love to see that sibling love being shared. The ties always stick together. But that is going to be a 4-0 whitewash, I think is very safe to assume. Yeah, a little bit of showboating for the cameras in the Agel rushing Kadova corner. Love to see it. And now we are moving into the tail end of this fight card, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait to get out of here and hit the mean streets of Bangla. And like we predicted, Agel Kadova wins by unanimous decision, 4-0. Bit of sportsmanship there from Agel and Konachi, the star. A great performance by both women. Oh, and here we go. What do we have here?
They've stolen our flowers.
Both girls getting their well-deserved flowers. I'm looking forward to interviewing both girls at the end of this fight, getting their thoughts and feelings on this.
Big smile on the face for the girls. You know how much they love flowers.
I hope they were sponsored, because that bouquet would have cost a minimum 2,500 to 3,000 baht. That is an expensive bouquet. I don't know what Konachi's going to do taking those back to Pattaya, but surely she'll gift them to someone here.
Rumours are you're footing the bill for this one, correct?
I think the invoice is being sent straight to my accountant, so no surprises there, folks. Once again, I'm beholden to the financial incentives of Apollo and the Fight Night.
Ну что, ждем следующий поединок, давайте поаплодируем. Небольшой перерыв, и мы продолжаем.
Time.
боец. Ему 21 год. 100 любительских боев, из них 70 побед. 2 профессиональных боя в его карьере и 2 победы нокаутом. Поприветствуем Рахманова Kishiyev!
We have a certified killer in the ring. Rahman hailing from Apollo, one of the most dangerous men in Thailand. Five knockouts in his last 2 months. Not bad going. His opponent looks confident though. Jumping straight into the ring. And he looks big. That is a big individual. Doesn't look like 70 kilos or whatsoever. Bit of a different test here for Rahman tonight. But cream rises to the top.
Alrighty then.
Big stare down in the middle of the ring going on.
So we have Rahman Kishiyev fighting out of Azerbaijan versus Kirill Chanev.
Fast start there by Rahman.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Trying to establish the jab.
So this is definitely going to be Rahman's most competitive professional fight to date. Kirill, the Russian with the blue Slum fighter shorts, sponsored by Fairtex. Rahman looking very composed, moving forward. Kirill, the taller, longer, arguably heavier fighter. Kirill taking this fight on 24 hours notice. There was a medical pullout due to Rahman's original opponent, but Rahman is not one to turn down a challenge, and Kirill stepped up very valiantly. So this is a 4-round, 3-minute bout.
Bit of a tetchy start by both fighters.
Oh, a nice jab there from Kirill. Seemed to land pretty flush from Rahman. He definitely felt that one.
Beautiful body shot there by Rahman, landing a liver shot. Stepping back into southpaw.
I don't think that was more of a, I think it was more of a trip, more of a slip than a heavy-handed punch from Kirill.
I agree. Look for when the rounds go on. Look for Rahman to pull down his opponent's guard and land that right hook over the top. It's his signature punch. That's his go-to. Lands it all day, all night long in the gym. I think he's had maybe 3 out of his last 5 knockouts have come from that as well. So pulling down the guard with his left hand, coming over the top of the right hand. Watch out for that one.
Rahman is on an absolute roll at the moment, not only in the pro circuit, but in the unlicensed scene here in Phuket. Just toweling up opponents left, right, and center in Bangla, Rawai, Chalong, just all over the island, just really making his presence felt.
A very avoided man. Word's getting out what he's about, and not a lot of people want a part of that.
Yeah, and so in saying that, huge respect to Kirill for getting in the ring. Fair enough, yeah, he's definitely a bit heavier, definitely a larger fighter. But, you know...
Kirill dropping to southpaw, something I didn't expect.
So Kirill's obviously got a fair bit of experience as well. This is definitely not his first rodeo. And, you know, and that being said, it just makes for a more interesting fight.
Beautiful jab there by Rachman, snapping Kirill's head back. Kirill lands a bit of a right hand over the top of the head.
Yeah, Rachman, the Azerbaijani-born fighter, looking very composed here.
Big right hook there by Rachman.
Nice right hook there in the clinch. Krill seemingly unfazed.
The discipline and conditioning of Rachman, second to none. One of the most disciplined athletes I've ever seen. Shout out to the ring girl who revealed to us earlier her favorite Thai dish is the beef massaman curry.
God, you gotta love a good beef massaman. But I think the point of contention there is, do you like the Thai beef massaman or the westernized?
I like the Thai beef massaman. Not too spicy though, but the Thai beef massaman.
True, I've heard from multiple Thais, guys and girls, that they actually prefer the Western beef massaman, which tends to be a little bit thicker, the sauce. And I would tend to agree. I love a great Westernized beef massaman curry. The Thai version can be a little bit watery for my taste.
Fair enough.
Pair that with a bit of basmati rice and a bit of roti, and you've got yourself a good old time. All right, back to the fighting action. Rachman coming out nice with a good jab to the body for the second round.
Bit of a size difference here by the looks of it. Kirill definitely got the reach. Beautiful stiff jab there by Rachman, snapping his head back. And he's not someone that you can take lightly, Kirill. Anytime he's any close to distance or in range, he's throwing wild hooks, hard shots down the middle. But Rachman, you've got to be careful. Move your head when you're coming in. Don't move in a straight line. Step off that center line.
Yeah, I'd love to see what Krill weighed in at this morning, seeing as he definitely was not at the... I'm just going to forget about that.
Don't know about you, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's pushing 80 kilos. A big man.
Yeah, and I believe Rachman weighed in at 70 kgs yesterday on the scale at the weigh-in. But Rachman seemingly unfazed, or if one of these uppercuts lands, Krill could be in for a very, very tough time.
I think the more exchanges there are, the higher chance of Rachman just landing that money shot. He's so dangerous, especially on the inside. He's accurate, punches hard, punches really well to the body as well.
Yeah, constantly applying pressure, using that jab to great effect.
We've got a rogue Russian cameraman on the edge of the ring. Kirill and Southpaw backpedaling, not looking too clever there. He's losing his shape a little bit. Great left hook there by Rachman. Kirill goes straight for the clinch. It's always a telltale sign that landed.
Yeah, Krill just needing a little bit of a breather there. Okay, these jabs are starting to slowly add up. Crazy to think we're only in the second round here.
We've got Kirill's coach shouting out for him to be a little bit longer with his stance. You see his hand positions quite close to his face, allowing Rachman to come in nice and close. He wants that nice long guard. Especially with Kirill taking this at short notice, you would expect when we get to round 3 and round 4, there might be a bit of a conditioning problem, but we shall see. He's doing well so far, really good performance so far.
And one thing we've tended to notice tonight, I think across the fights, guys and girls, is the Apollo fighters have really been the aggressors here. They've really been on the front foot, really pressing the action, when the opposing fighters seemingly backpedaling for a large portion of the fight.
Got last 10. Beautiful roll there by Rachman. Comes up with a left hook to the head. There we go. Bit scrappy. He is pretty jittery, Kirill.
Yeah, after 6 minutes of non-stop action, I think Kirill finally understands what he's up against. So this Azerbaijani means business, and he has lead in his hands.
He is a legit killer in the ring. Not someone you want to face off against. Very animated corner from Kirill. He's getting a bit of a dressing down from his corner. Ref goes over, giving some instructions to his cornerman as well. But a good performance so far. Making it a competitive fight as well.
Alrighty, and the bell has rung for the third round.
And Kirill coming out orthodox, which...
Stuck Ruckman nice there with the jab from Krill.
Oh, great up jab there by
Yeah,
Ruckman.
that really rocked Krill there. His head rocked back.
A beautiful shot there. Ruckman putting his thumb up, landing that screw shot straight on the bottom of the chin. Good shot. Left hook to the head, lands beautifully. Liver shot. Can't miss with the jab, seemingly, especially in the third round.
Yeah, so Krill definitely slowed down. Krill has definitely slowed down here.
He moves back into southpaw.
In this third round.
Wasn't having much joy at all from orthodox.
Yeah, Krill's power punches have seemingly lost a lot of pop.
Some debates going on the edge of the ring. They don't want Kirill's coaches on the edge of the ring. So they're telling him to get down. Bit of discussion. He's been told to shush. We'll be telling Dagestanis to shush, but each their own.
Yeah, the box rec officials take this very seriously, and so they should. These are professional bouts. You know, a lot of these fighters have travelled from a long way to get here. Nice little two-piece little combo. Oh, yeah, he's gone for the glove pull there. A nice bit of head movement from Ruckman. The old three-piece and a soda there from Ruckman. Nice, good body shot from the Ruck.
Beautiful liver shot there on the inside. Tucking it inside the elbow as opposed to outside. That's when you know that's a high-level fighter in there. Kirill goes back to southpaw, back to orthodox. I think he looks vulnerable on, when he switches to orthodox, personally. Good shot there, though, by Kirill. Lands on the top of the head of Ruckman.
Oh, no, didn't quite land flush.
Got a real scrap here, guys.
Yeah, to all those tuning in from home, you've picked a great fight night for some competitive bouts.
Kirill losing his shape in orthodox. Ruckman not allowing the clinch. Kirill holding on. Big deep breath in there.
Big body shot there from Ruckman.
Tried to follow that up with the right hand, missed there. He's going to pull down the guard when he gets in close. Watch that pull down. Great shots there by Ruckman. Potentially a bit low with that one. Really good head movement there by Ruckman, especially on the inside. Gets really low, bobs and weaves to the left and to the right, and angles off. Kirill pretty keen to clinch. Usually a sign of fatigue. Back foot pedaling. And we have the end of the third. Moving into the fourth.
And that's time.
Ruckman looked like he's just warming up. But a competitive fight, though. Very competitive fight.
Yeah, just a massive difference in the endurance of both these fighters. You know, again, I can't speak to the conditioning or the experience of Krill fighting under the blue corner. However, I can speak with great confidence that the conditioning and just the sheer work that these Apollo fighters put in and day out is just second to none. They live and breathe fighting, they live and breathe boxing. There is nothing that they would rather do than get in there and mix it up with the best of them.
Again, one of the most disciplined fighters I've ever seen, Ruckman. Hard work personified.
And we have entered the fourth and final round. We are staring down another judge's scorecard decision here in this fourth round.
Beautiful stiff jab there by Ruckman. He's finding it a little bit difficult to get a hold of Kirill. He's big, he swaps stances. It's a 4-round fight. He's jittery, he wants to clinch. Look there. As soon as he finds himself in a bad position, Kirill, he looks to clinch. Looks for clinch again. Rackman won't allow it. Wants to turn him. Stab to the body. He's going to come over the top. There you go.
A little headlock action there from Krill. And
Last warning there for Kirill from the ref for putting the head down and punching.
yes, I wouldn't be surprised if he does it again if referee Pone takes a point.
Ref's taking a good look at him. Ooh, catches one on the chin there, Kirill. He's a tough individual.
Yeah, it just wasn't quite as flush. He kind of rolled through with that shot.
There we go.
Yeah, Ruckman. Yeah, nice
Styling
body.
there. Pulling down the guard, landing that shot. Watch that guard pull down.
Yeah, Krill seemingly not wanting a bar of this. Really opting to tie up at any opportune moment here in the 4th round. And goddamn, I wouldn't blame him.
And this is where taking a fight last minute against an experienced fighter, when maybe your conditioning isn't where it should be, becomes hard.
Yeah, Krill starting to look very laboured in his movements. Ruckman smelling the weakness here. Nice rips to the body.
We have the Russian cameraman cutting some serious shapes on the edge of the ring. This video better be top notch.
Ruckman shaking that off.
Not allowing the clinch.
Sergei Spielberg on the side of the ring. Yeah, look, all this clinching. Nobody wants to see that. Oh, nice there.
If you're tired and you've got a man that wants to knock you out ahead in front of you, it's tempting. Another clinch there, look. This isn't wrestling. Wouldn't be surprised to see a point taken away. If you look, any time they get close to the inside, Kirill just reaches out with a long arm, grabs in Rackman. Rackman unloading, wanting to get that finish. Kirill holding. And there we go.
And that is all she wrote. A very close fight there. Going to be a tough one for the judges to score, but I feel like with the amount of action that Ruckman was pushing, he really pushed the pace. He did everything he could. He was the smaller man. He was going for the finish from start. He was going for the finish from start to finish. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Ruckman get his hand raised here.
No, absolutely. For me, there's no question of the winner. But Kirill definitely deserves a lot of respect for that performance. To fight someone like Rackman on short notice, it's no joke. And Rackman gets to the decision. Great performance by Rackman. He wanted that finish, but sometimes it just won't come against those guys. Big, slightly awkward, orthodox southpaw, but all in, a good performance. And we have the 3 boys in the ring. Well, yeah, that is a formidable team there. Amin, Rackman, Artem.
Yeah, the Apollo 3 Musketeers. That's a hell of a trio up there.
The Rusketeers. And Senad Gashi giving Rackman a big round of applause and a little hug. I believe he helped find this opponent as well, so big shout out to him.
Yeah, 99% sure, yeah. 100%. Oh, you're 100% sure?
Well, 99, yeah.
Yeah, post on. Not 100% that's going to dig. Don't justify it.
22 года, 250 любительских боев, 210 побед, 2 профессиональных боя, 2 победы, 1 из них нокаутом. Поприветствуем Али Кустанов!
Alrighty, folks.
And speaking of certified killers in the ring, we have another one coming in. Ali Kusenov. You might want to remember that name for the future. This is a serious, serious fighter. Hails from Uzbekistan, swaps from southpaw to orthodox, counter shots, speed, power. Popular man in the gym. And he looks confident, his opponent looks confident. I mean, seeing some of Ali's highlights recently, I wouldn't be as confident.
So we have Uzbekistan, Ali Kusenov versus Mizov Besslan, fighting out of Russia. The opposing Ruskies haven't had a great deal of luck tonight. They've had a pretty hard night at the office. So let's see if Mizov from Russia can get one back for the Ruskies.
And in Ali's last fight, huge knockout with that right hook from southpaw against the Cuban. Huge knockout.
And big shout out to our tech crew, Hashim Film, sitting right next to me, chowing down, enjoying a nice, what do you got there, fella? A kebab? My man.
He's making light work of that.
Yeah, he loves a good kebab, our Hashim. That's straight out of Jordan, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and back to the fights. We have Ali Kusenov fighting the Ruski Mizov Besslan.
And Besslan coming out southpaw.
Yeah, not quite sure what Besslan's fighting pedigree or background is. Surely he's no slouch. But like all of the fights, all of the Apollo guys looking to get their opponents out of there in the first round. Nice use of the jab there from Ali.
Besslan opting for the cross guard defense from southpaw. He's swapping over to orthodox now. We've got Ali coming forwards.
Also
for
in
his last couple of
southpaw.
fights we haven't seen, also southpaw.
Yeah, but in Ali's last fight, his opponent was sizably bigger. I think he probably had like 5 or 6 kilos on Ali during the fight. Besslan complaining about a little head scratch there, but seemingly okay. Oh,
Big
wow.
shot by Ali to the body.
Huge uppercut to the body from Ali, and Besslan is down.
I'd be very surprised if he gets up from this one.
He doesn't look like he's getting up from that. That is a little... Oh, okay.
And he's up.
He was just taking a breather. Okay, referee Pone has charged this on, and expect Ali to come out very hot now.
I think as soon as we see them come together on the inside again, I can see it being over.
Yeah, Besslan is going to have to hold on for dear life to get out of this first round. Ali's going to be looking for another body shot, and there it is.
There it is.
There it is. Once that body's compromised, it is extremely difficult to back that up. This might... Oh, and he's back. He is back. Mizov Besslan really doing his best to survive here. He does not want to go out easy. And Ali needs to stay composed here, not get lackadaisical with his defense.
He hits too hard, Ali. Hits far too hard for Besslan. Catching shots. Look at him on the inside. Shoulder rolling from southpaw.
Yeah, his shoulder roll is a thing of beauty.
Looking smooth as eggs there.
Oh, poor Besslan. God, I feel for the guy. He is taking some shots. Another third body shot. That's a third knee, and that is all she wrote. Ali Kusenov fighting out of Uzbekistan, making light work of Mizov Besslan from Russia.
And that is a clinical performance. Clinical. Very, very dangerous man.
Those body shots with the small gloves, I believe they're fighting with 10-ounce gloves tonight. That was... Whew, I would hate to be on the receiving end of one of those.
Not someone you want to fight in 10-ounce gloves.
And Mizov Besslan getting a rousing ovation from the Russian dominant crowd here. And that takes Mr. Kusenov to a 4-0 professional record, making light work of Mr. Besslan. And we are coming up to our main event of the evening. Lynn Cordell Nicholas fighting out of America up against Marles Constantin fighting out of Russia.
And we have Besslan sticking on the shades post-fight, looking speedy.
Yeah, Besslan really taking that in his stride. Clearly a good sport. He was a good time at the weigh-in. He's had great energy all fight week. But you know, you can't take anything away from Ali. He is on an absolute roll at the moment, getting congratulated by his comrade Ilya,
who is already changed and ready for Bangla Road.
And we are moments away from our main event of the evening. It is 8:10 p.m. here. We will be getting out of here quick smart as soon as the fights are over. Illuzion does have a big night ahead of them. But I'd like to take this opportunity to thank everyone for tuning in from home. I'd like to thank my co-commentator Josh for being an absolute legend day in and day out. It's always a pleasure to work with him, both in the polo and outside. Hashim, our tech man, Money Shop, Tom's Muay Thai, hating out of Koh Samui, everyone for paying, for buying tickets and coming down to support Slum Fighters Volume 1, and of course all of the team, staff and supporters from Apollo Camp Thailand. Big shout out to all of you.
And a big shout out to you, Davies, doing God's work.
Thanks, Josh, mate. Really appreciate it.
No worries, mate. We have some spooky stuff going on behind us.
All right, and we are back to the Ruski-inspired entertainment. We got a serious looking mode up on stage. Let's go, the Ruski. Ruski period to all the Ruskis in the house. Let's go, comrades.
Давай.
Эй, Так, ребятки, ну что, финальный поединок не за горами. 8-й бой на сегодняшний вечер состоится буквально через 5-7 минут. Дадим немножко перерыва, сходить куда вам всем нужно сходить или не нужно, неважно. Заказать себе что-нибудь из напитков, скрутить что-нибудь и так далее. Буквально через 5-7 минут мы начнем финальный поединок этого вечера. Зрелищный бой. Увидимся! Еще раз всем привет. Сразу скажу вам еще разочек, ребят, спасибо большое, что пришли на наше прекрасное мероприятие. Это несказанно доставляет радость и продвигает в целом культуру и поединков, и всего-всего. Очень рады, что вы сегодня смогли выделить время и прийти сюда на наши бои. И что 7 поединков у нас уже за плечами. Сейчас финальный бой этого вечера. 8-й поединок. Правила все те же. 4 раунда по 3 минуты по правилам бокса. Но я думаю, что сейчас будет очень-очень зрелищно. Ну что, готовы? Как-то это, ну, миловато, да? И для финального поединка. Готовы к финальному поединку? Все, уже вам верю. Первый боец, которого мы сейчас поприветствуем, ему 31 год. Мастер спорта по муай-тай. 132 боя по любителям, 117 побед, 18 профессиональных боев. Это муай-тай и кулачка. Из них 15 побед. Константин Кассет-Малев! Соперник в этом поединке боец возрастом 26 лет. Боец смешанных единоборств из Соединенных Штатов Америки. Ник Николас!
One. Hashim Films in the building, baby! And we are here for Eid Mubarak, inshallah. My man, I'm here with Josh, the main man. It is Ramadan, baby, and we are jacked to the tip. We love a bit of that.
Oh, don't we just?
We're heading straight to Jordanian kebabs after this. It is going to be amazing. Hash knows a place.
He knows a couple places. Doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Thought so.
One more. Quick. So we're just going to pretend.
Можно громко и нужно громко орать и поддерживать. Поехали!
And we are getting ready for the main event.
Just shoot anything, whatever it does. Alrighty then, we've got the main event of the evening. The American fighter taking this on 24 hours notice as well because as a surprise to absolutely no one, the German heavyweight fighter, Daniel, whatever his last name is, took a fight on Thursday night. And you know what? They were in 6-ounce gloves. And even though he fought to a KO victory in the first round, everyone thought he was going to pull out of the fight, and to no surprise to us, he did. So we have found this lovely replacement, a big American fella fighting at a Bangtao gym. I don't know what his pedigree, his background is, but he looks like he knows what he's doing, and he is an intimidating factor. A little slip there from the Ruski.
These are a couple of big old boys. If his boots are anything to go by, they are Nike wrestling boots.
Oh, so you think he might have a bit of a wrestling background?
I'm predicting yes. He's swapping orthodox southpaw. Not traditional for an American. A bit more traditional for your MMA style. So yeah, I'm predicting probably a wrestling MMA background.
And to be honest, I'd be absolutely devastated if this goes to a decision. I want to see a vicious KO. I want to see these big boys just really open up. The American looking very measured here. He's not rushed. Yep. Yeah, he's had a bit of a dig there, but he's not letting the Ruski intimidate him. That's for sure.
Definitely looking measured. The Russian looking far more schooled. Footwork's more on point. Shifting to his left, shifting to his right, working off the jab. A little bit of rhythm. Got a bit of pop to his jab. The American looking to just close the distance and just land something big.
Yeah, definitely nowhere near as much polish to the yank as this Ruski.
His chin in the air style is worrying me slightly.
Seems to have pretty buttoned up defense. Not throwing too much, not leaving many opportunities there for the Ruski.
Took a right hand there though. The American swaps back to southpaw. Good double jab there by the American.
Yeah, that definitely managed to sneak its way through.
Swapping back over to southpaw, back to orthodox. I like the switching of stances.
So we have Lynn Cordell Nicholas fighting out of the United States of America up against Males Constantin fighting out of Russia.
And we are 1 round down. Fairly even round. It's difficult not to score it for the Russian when you see he's the more, like I said before, well-schooled boxer. But if you're going on pressure, then it's a little bit closer than that. We've got a lot of men in the ring and in his corner. He is getting some serious attention here. Water, ice on the back. We've got a cameraman. We've got a hype man. We've got someone rubbing down his shoulders.
Yeah, from a conditioning standpoint, I don't really like what I'm seeing out of the Russian corner. The American just seems very cool, very calm, very composed over there in the blue corner, with only really one Bangtao representative cornerman, and the Russian breathing heavy in the red corner at the end of that first round. Fair enough, he threw a lot more volume. So let's see what his ticker's like coming into these later rounds.
That's it. Big deep breaths there by the Russian, only after the first round. Maybe he's a slow burner, but not the best look. If you're his opponent looking over, going to fill you with confidence. Now the American's coming in a little bit tighter. Lynn Cordell moving forwards. Orthodox.
The American eats the jab there.
He's coming forward in a straight line though, head down. Good little 1-2 there.
Yeah, Cordell biting on a lot here.
Constant switching of stances. Constant. Eats that right hand over the top. Reaching over the front foot with his jab, not a good sign.
Yeah, just not a great deal of technique here from Cordell from pure boxing standpoint.
Not too much. He's trying to close the distance, but the problem is when he's closing the distance, not much effective work's coming. Saying that, the Russian is wasting a lot of energy on the outside, being very jittery. I think with his technical advantage, he could sit on the inside with the American and conserve a lot of energy and probably land bigger shots. Coming forward, pushing him away.
Yeah, you've got very different fighting styles here between the Russian and the American.
Big deep breaths there by the Russian. A lot of explosive movements. If his conditioning's not up to point or up to speed, not something you want to see early doors. 2 big men as well. Very big men. Good jab there by Lynn Cordell.
Yeah, Constantin seemingly happy to load up on every single punch, trying to make every shot a kill shot.
he sat on the inside a little bit more, Constantin, I think he'd definitely find a little bit more joy. He's kind of reaching with those shots from range, tiring himself out, trying to put everything into those straight shots, moving a lot. Big deep breath in through the mouth from Constantin. But again, maybe this is his style. First time we've watched him box. Dangerous man when he comes forward though, Constantin. Interesting matchup this. Especially if the American does come from a wrestling background. You better bet that he's one tough individual. Last 10. Eats a jab down the middle, Lynn Cordell. Laughs it off. Couple of shots.
Yeah, Constantin getting a little frustrated here. More deep breaths from Constantin. Okay, rejecting the water in the corner. In comes the ice.
Right, he's almost falling into his corner. Looks exhausted, but definitely getting the better of the first couple of rounds, doing the better work. But maybe this is Lynn Cordell's strategy. Maybe he just wants to soak up a bit of pressure, and in the last couple of rounds, let it all go. And we have a Russian in the crowd as well. Big up to the big boy in the white t-shirt.
Shout out the mother country.
Okay, fast start now to the third round. Maybe this was Lynn Cordell's tactic because he's definitely pushing the pace now. Big deep breath in by the Russian again. Not allowing the clinch. They clinch now. Tight guard by the American. Anytime there's some space for the Russian, he takes a huge deep breath in through his mouth. Quite a tight guard, the American. Took those shots well. So he's got a very fast jab cross, Constantin has. Moves well. Muddling up his feet, and they end up on the floor.
Yeah, not quite sure where Constantin's running from. He should really just I don't know, plan his feet and just sort of back his inside work. Just sort of put that guard up, bite down his mouth guard, and just have a crack. I don't really think the American's got that much to offer on the inside or the out, for that matter.
Couldn't agree more. If anything, he looks a little bit more dangerous from the outside. Especially with those long jabs from orthodox and southpaw. On the inside, he doesn't look like he's up to much. You'd think that with the technical advantage, could make him pay there.
Yeah, if anything, I think Constantin could just like punch himself out.
Absolutely.
He could just reach a point where he's just so gassed that Cordell could just, I don't know, hit him with a body shot. Not that Cordell landed one all night, but he could just hit him with a clean body shot, and Constantin could just collapse.
Mouth wide open for Constantin.
Yeah, he is.
And as I said that, he lands a lovely check hook. So maybe looks can be deceiving. Maybe he's playing possum. Who knows?
Oh, nice right hand. Yeah, that was beautiful.
Knocks the spit straight out of Lynn Cordell's mouth. Dribbling all over the ring. Both men looking a little bit fatigued. You see the pace of both of their rhythm has gone down a little bit. Constantin's jab is on point though. Massively on point. Good jab again by Constantin. Look for him to unload now. He knows he's got a rest coming up.
Cordell with the no-look jab.
We love to see that. Constantin looking tired in that corner.
Yeah, but you got to think that's 3 rounds to zip. You got to think.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to think Constantin's coming into this 4th round highly blessed and highly favored.
And we have the towel man is back.
The towel man is doing the absolute most here in the corner. Almost lost an AirPod.
He's got the AirPods in. He is getting a serious workout in there. Look at the size of those shoulders. Breathing with him. Rubbing him down. That's a corner man you need.
Yeah, what can't this towel man do? I'm getting his number later.
Yeah, absolutely. Me too.
Alrighty, folks, and we are nearing the end of this fight night. Slum Fighters Volume 1. Massive shout out to Tom Muay Thai, Kosamui, Money Shop, Pink Exotic, Apollo Camp Thailand, all the above, the ring girls, the referees, the officials, Box Rec, my main man Josh, and none other than Hashim Films.
Fast start. I think Link Cordell probably knows now that he has to go for it.
Yeah, Cordell's got to bite down on the mouth guard this round and just have a crack.
If he doesn't, he loses a points decision. If he goes for it, he's got a chance of a knockout. So it's one or the other. It's all very well saying that you're going to get on the front foot and start throwing shots, but when you're getting clocked by a big heavyweight Russian, it's easy to revert back to type.
The DJ has really cranked up the volume here. He knows that his tick-tock time is almost up here.
Huge deep breath in by Constantin. He's landing a shot, taking 2 deep breaths, landing another couple. He will love that clinch on the inside. Gives him a breather. Good bit of head movement there by Constantin. Popping out that razor-sharp jab. Stiff jab down the middle again by Constantin. Kind of walks forward with that right hand, left hook. Leaves himself a little bit open. Good counter off the liver shot there. As soon as Link Cordell touched the liver, Constantin came back with a nice sharp right hand down the pipe. Yeah, that's what you want to see.
Cordell's almost got Muay Thai-esque punches. Like there's no real full extension. They're kind of like little T-Rex arms. Like he's the taller, bigger guy, but I just don't really see any extension for these punches. Like he's not really rolling the hips over. Like yeah, like defensively he's quite sound, but I don't know the range and the natural gifts that he has, he just doesn't really seem to know how to open up with them.
I definitely agree there. Kind of landing without doing any damage.
Yeah, his striking could do some real work. I would, if I was to give him any advice, I'd say come down to Apollo for 6 months and work.
Forget, brother. And forget.
Listen, brother, come Apollo 6 months and forget.
Yes, forget.
But but in all seriousness, I think that could really do Cordell the world of good. Well, Constantin taking a moment to lean on the ropes there for a cheeky breath. That's
deep breath again. Constantin's mouth wide open. But he's just technically far superior.
Yeah, he's hanging in there. He's still got a bit of pop. Nothing's really getting through.
He's got a real scrap now though. They're just throwing zero caution to the wind, going at it. A little bit of needle after the bell. Ooh,
and I think that's a 4-rounder, folks.
Constantin hyped up.
Yeah, you can tell Constantin really wanted the knockout there. That must have been a frustrating fight. Cordell really not bringing a whole lot to the table.
But considering he took it on short notice, I think it's obvious that he's not a highly skilled boxer. He did well against a pretty dangerous Russian.
Yeah, absolutely. Full credit to Cordell, taking it on short notice. Boxing is clearly not his main bag when it comes to mixed martial arts or combat sports, but he did a fantastic job, and
absolutely. Big shout out to him, big respect to him, and someone get Constantin a big old deep breath.
And if it wasn't for guys like Cordell taking fights like this on short notice, we would not have heavyweight main events.
Constantin, full of emotion now. He looks like he's got his energy back again. Muay Thai. Draw.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have called that a draw. And these heavyweights giving it up for the crowd.
A draw is an interesting decision there.
Yeah, definitely not what you want to see from a heavyweight main event. We don't come here for draws, especially in the heavyweight division. I thought that was probably a more decisive victory for the Russian. However,
yeah, I'd agree.
Comme ci, comme ça, them's the breaks, folks. And that brings a conclusion to Slum Fighters Volume 1. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all the legends for tuning in from home. Tom Muay Thai Koh Samui, Apollo Camp Thailand for hosting the event. Massive shout out to Illuzion NightClub for allowing us to come and infiltrate their beautiful, beautiful club. And a big shout out to Hashim Film, the whole crew, all the fighters, the fans, the supporters, the Box Rec team, my commentator co-host Josh, the main man, the #1 S&C coach in Thailand. Head on down to Apollo Camp if you need an S&C session or a PT. Slide right into his DMs. And a big shout out to the big boss Vlad for organising all this. And that's all from us.
Thank you, everyone. See you in the next one.